Well, welcome back to Pau in the south of France for this final of the C1 women's and men's events. First up, it's the women to go back onto the blistery and blustery water of Pau. Certainly been a major challenge for the competitors in the semi-finals. Big shocks with France's Tokyo-bound Marjorie Delassou failing to make it into the final. She already had disappointment in Tassin last month, missing out on the podium, finishing fourth. Monica Doria Villarubla, the world number 10, also missing out. Lucy Bodu and teenage American sensation Evie Lemfarth also missing out. So here's our 10, and certainly Spain eyeing up the podium. France with only Angèle Hugues for home eyes. So joined again by Bertrand Gutierrez. Are you excited ahead of this women's C1 final?
Yes, it's going to be very exciting to see that. Today we have a course, a really challenging course with 25 gates. It's the maximum of gate we can have in the course. To remind you, it's between 18 and 25 gates, so today we have 25 gates, the maximum gate, with 6 upstream. A lot of difficult part on this beautiful course here in Pau today for the final.
Well, first up, Victoria Dobrovolska of Ukraine, a bronze at the World Cup event in 2015. Can she put herself in contention for another one here? She in fact won 2 bronze during the 2015 season, World Cups 2 and 3. That last one was the 4th that season in Seoul, where she finished 6th. 5 years on, can she tame the Pau waters?
She switched her paddle on 3 and on 4, and she's doing great at this moment. She looks comfortable on her boat. She's in the middle of the gates.
Well, how much will the semi-final have helped to get used to? Obviously, things can still change with the water in the final, but they've had at least one go at it.
Yes, after the semi-final, they are studying about the line they did with the coaches and trying to fix the mistakes they did. And she already have a small mistake on gate 8. She touched the gate, so she have a +2 seconds of penalty. But it's not a bad run at this moment. It's pretty good. She's catching well this wave after 16.
Just trying to dig her way out through 17. It's difficult to know where she'll end up being the first out, but looking to set a competitive time in a hope for medal contention. Oh, hitting the rock though, just losing a little bit of time.
Here's the last difficult. She decided to spin after gate 22, and she just touched 23. She was a little bit late, pushing by the current.
Just to give you a reminder, the quickest time in the semi-final was from the Spaniard Olazabal, 113.62. So as we see, 125.14. It's going to be extremely tough to see her anywhere near the podium. So a difficult ride for Dobrovolska of Ukraine, the World 44, feeling the pain in Pau. So next up, very popular Brazilian, Ana Satila, will didn't have the best of the semi-final run, so going out a lot earlier than she would have expected. And maybe she'll hope that could be a good omen after only managing a 9th place finish in Tassen last month.
And it's a good start at this moment. A bit late on number 4.
Obviously, it was the K1 event in Tassen and C1 where she made up for disappointment. K1, she failed to make the final this time, but gold, her first World Cup gold in the C1 at Tassen, and looking for double delights to end the season.
She was a bit late on 11. She lost a bit of time, and also on this spin number 11. It's not the best she can do, but she starts the second part right now.
The C1 Pan American Games champion will go to her 3rd Olympic Games in Tokyo 2021. And so far, she has some time in hand, but only the 2nd to go out. Hard to know what will be a medal-winning time.
Yeah, she's in advance in the second split time, but the best time during the semi-final was 113 seconds. So it's gonna be hard to beat this time.
But as we've seen, such a challenging course that the favourites can still make huge mistakes. It's about just doing the absolute best, and she is into that opening ranking. Borska will give up her spot in the current leader situation, but you can tell Satila not convinced that it will be enough for a 2nd consecutive C1 World Cup gold. It was top of the podium in Tassen. Will the World C1 bronze medalist here in Pau in 2017 get herself a medal here in the south of France?
Yeah, she did a lot of small mistakes on this final. It's not gonna be enough, I think.
Just under 2 seconds slower than the fastest time we've seen. Expecting the final for the pace to be ratcheted up. And again, still an extremely tough course to navigate. And the next to attempt is Czech competitor Teresa Knapolova, the reigning junior C1 European champion. She took that in Krakow. Upgraded to gold after her silver in the 2019 Junior Championships.
She didn't catch enough the wave after 3, and she was a little bit low on gate number 4. I think she will be a little bit late. Yes, +1 second, +2 behind Anna Satila. And she's a bit low on 10.
She did manage a 6th place finish in the European final in Prague earlier this year. Just 17 years of age, but certainly starting to make a major impression on the senior level. Having to still work hard and just 0.06 down on Satila's time.
And she has no penalty at this stage. She stays stuck a little bit before this spin. Just a bit of time before 18, but it's not a big mistake.
The Czech teenager really battling to see if she could be competitive against Satila's time.
Last difficulty of this run, and she just touched number 21. It's going to be hard for her.
Yeah, you saw the hand go up from the judges on the banks of the whitewater course here in Pau. Eagle-eyed. And it's not going to be enough to beat Satila. currently ranked second, but even at the age of 17, you can see how well she's done. In her disappointment, maybe a mask, but it's all smiles for Satilla at this moment, holding on to #1 ranking. How long can she manage? So next out, Victoria Oos. She made the final here, having missed out in Tassin. World 35. Aiming for some podium joy. Already had an excellent weekend in Po. The bronze in the women's K1 final. Can she make it double medal delight? She certainly got some time to make up already.
Yeah, it's the second final for her this weekend here in Po. It's the 6th runs for her at this stage, so she will start to be a bit tired, but she keeps pushing hard, trying to catch the podium.
Certainly a big improvement on her 2019 Po European Championship performance, since failing to reach either the K or C1 finals. It's still almost a second to make up on Satilla's time.
And just she loses a little bit of time on this difficult gate 17. The stopper just before the gate 17 is really strong. It's really hard to keep your speed on hit. But she have no penalty at this stage of the race. And it's a good run for catch a podium. But it's not going to be enough for the first place.
Well, Victoria Oos with a bronze medal already safely in her pocket. She's currently in second, but almost a slight apology there for what looks like being a frustrating performance for the Ukrainian. Next up from Spain, Irene Lascano, 23-year-old, taking a silver 2016 World Cup too. And she trying to get herself into medal contention here. She made the semi-finals of the Extreme K1 event. Certainly has had experience at senior level. And the C1 European final earlier this year, coming 7th. Good pedigree for the 23-year-old. Said her favourite course is here in Po and Lee Valley in the UK. Can her knowledge of the course help her out?
Yeah, what she's doing is great at this moment. 1 second in advance. She's on the top of the water and we can see that clearly. She controlled very well her boat.
Well, it's no great surprise that the Spaniards are succeeding well here in Po. It's a course that's only a skip over the border.
Yes, they are doing a lot of training camp here in Po. what she's doing at this moment is pretty good.
Checking the split time and still 1.46 ahead of Satila's time. Pressure to finish strongly.
That was a good up on the right, on the left, sorry, 17. Only one more difficulty. One left difficulty and oh, she just touched gate 22.
Is that going to be curtains? She's still setting a good time. Spain would certainly look to try and lock out the podium. And it's a second place, and that penalty so hurtful. 0.88 up on Satila's time. That penalty stopping her taking top spot. Waiting for confirmation as we hear from current leader Satila.
That was because you were happy, were you?
Yeah, I mean it's one of the first races that I really enjoyed. So I was like, okay, it's what I feel like to do, and I was happy in the end. Doesn't matter the time. I think many Spanish girls still can beat it, but I hope I will be there, and I really enjoyed this race. I was so happy.
What's it like waiting for so long?
I don't like it, actually. It's like you're watching the other girls and waiting for the final time. It's pretty hard, but it's part of our job here, so I try to enjoy a bit more, and I'll try to stay positive for the other girls.
Well, we saw you win gold a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it'll be 2 in a row today. Good luck.
Thank you.
So at the halfway stage of this final, Anna Satila sitting uncomfortably on top of the podium, particularly looking out for Spanish flair. The final 2 to go out, but sad news it seems to be for Lascano. Was ranked second, but it appears she missed a gate. We'll wait for further confirmation of that. So it's the Brazilian Satila who leads at the moment, Victoria Us, and the Czech Teresa Kanablova, who make up the podium. With 5 more paddlers to come. So Satila frustratedly waits on. Having gone out second, normally would have expected to be in the second half, but there's confirmation. Lascano's missed gate means she is currently ranked 5th. So Alsu Minasova, next to attack the course, failed to reach the C1 or K1 finals at Tassin World Cup meet last month. She's had 3 podiums in Extreme K1, failed to medal here. She crashed out, so real focus on trying to finish on a high here in the south of France.
It's not the best start at this stage. She stayed a little bit stuck on the hole before gate number 4. So she will be late on the first part. Behind, plus 0.7 second behind. It's not a lot. She can catch up a little bit of time on the second part. With the first difficulty. And she just missed the gate 11, and she tried to paddle back.
Well, hoping that she can make up the time lost, but clearly Bit of a struggle for the Russian, although still without a penalty. We'll see how her split time is.
She lost too much time on this second part.
Just see the clock ticking away, plus 4.15. But the battle still to at least put herself on the podium. Give herself a chance, but she is losing far too much time. Stuck there almost permanently.
Yeah, she lost too much time on this final. She looks not really comfortable, and she just missed a gate 18. It's finished for her.
Well, when it goes wrong, it certainly is painful, and now it's really just fallen apart. And Alsu Mirasova, who improved on her tacit performance by reaching this final, now is just trying to finish positively. But as you said, Bertrand really looked to struggle out on the water as she crashes through the final gate and ranked 6th, but it seems likely, unless someone else has a nightmare, she will finish 10th. So frustrating run for Minasova. Eva Ryhova will hope for better. The world number 33 from the Czech Republic, just 20 years of age, and already two-time bronze medalist at both World and European Championships in C1 team events. 7 World Cup events without a final appearance, so she's already made some personal history. And she now looks to top it off what would be a major medal victory.
Yeah, she just half a second behind Anna Satila, and she also touched the gate. So just after the first split time, so it's meaning 2.5 seconds behind right now.
Certainly looking to usurp the position of her compatriot, Blova. She would put her into medal contention, but the miss gate at 12 shuts that storyline down. And it's just showing that Satila might be nervous, but she is first and anything can happen.
Yes, we have to wait. The 2 Spanish girls and the French after her. They are really good paddlers and they can go faster than Hannah. So she did a big mistake on 12. She have the worst penalty, 50 seconds. She didn't catch enough the wave, the surf. And she
Can she improve on that time?
the first difficulty, the spin, and she is doing great.
Bertrand, along with the French, getting excited. She certainly will need to go faster than her semi-final time to try and sticking the gold.
She will be in advance, I think.
And it's quite a big time, 3.49. She's just got to keep her focus. And now really struggling to keep that advantage.
She lost a lot of time before 17, and I told you before, the stopper, it's really strong and push her down. So she lost time there. I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat Anna Satila.
Well, it is showing how punishing it is in Pau. And after a good start, it looks very close to a missed gate, and it was looking so good through the first half of the course. But Pau, once again, the waters here have struck and struck hard. and France. French hopes are dashed. Satila, hands raised high as Angel Hugues slaps the water.
Yeah, that shows us how the course is difficult today.
Well, this is why Satila might be frustrated in waiting, but she set her time safely in the paddock. And while the others can try and usurp her, the course has something to say about it.
But still have two serious paddlers are coming with the two Spanish girls.
Satila ranked third in the world in C1. Next, two competitors inside the top 12. The second highest ranked going next, Nuria Villarrubla, 28-year-old and 2016 European C1 champion. She took a silver at the Euros here in Pau in 2019. She's got 9 World Cup medals to her name, 4 of them gold and 1 here in the south of France, but 5 years ago, her last gold was in September 2019 in Germany. And now she's battling Satila's time, and so far so good, but as we've seen, Bertrand, nothing guaranteed on this challenging course.
Yes, especially at this first stage, and Anna Satila wasn't really fast on the first stage. The first part, she was really fast on the second part, so let's see. And she's late. Oh, I don't know what's happened. We can't.
What we haven't seen yet if that's been confirmed, but you can tell it feels as if that was a head spin too far, but for the moment she is 3.69 seconds up, but well, so far just the one penalty. Wait and see, trying to really fight the current to keep herself, and that has been upgraded. Well, there was almost a little bit of hope for Nuria Villarrubla, but that has been dashed, and Satila knows she will certainly have a medal. It's just whether it's going to be silver or gold. It's also excellent news for Victoria Us. Bronze in the women's K1. She can't do worse than that, as she's guaranteed a medal. Well, it's a shrug of the shoulders. It's so close, but the margins are so small between success and a missed gate. Well, exciting as well, the wait for Teresa Kneblova of the Czech Republic. She's currently holding that bronze position, but with one competitor to go, we're no closer to knowing exactly how it will finish up, because the world number 9, Villarrubla, couldn't manage to put herself on the podium. So huge pressure on her compatriot. Will go out last as we look to how the medals will fall. Anna Satila currently first, but Clara Olazabal is the one woman left who can change the story. C1 World Champion final, she finished 5th. Her last World Cup was in 2019 in Marklersburg. And her compatriot Villarrubla took gold. She finished 7th. Big opportunity. The 2019 world silver medalist in C1 team event. So far, we've seen that the competitors have been quicker than Satila normally in the first part, but it's the second half of this that will certainly decide whether it's Spanish or Brazilian gold.
Yeah, the second part is the most difficult part. But at this stage of the race, she is pretty good. A bit late on this gate, 12, but I think it's okay. Let's see what the judges have decided.
Well, it's her 8th World Cup final here in Pau, with 5th her best finish in Augsburg in 2017. She's 22 years of age. Can she battle for the gold? But it's a missed gate.
Number 8.
Well, we'll see if that's fully confirmed. It looks like it is. And it really has been a topsy-turvy final. And it seems to be the case that Anna Satila has done double World Cup gold back-to-back in Tassin and now here in Pau. Stunning from the Brazilian, and it looks like Victoria Us will take the silver, but a brilliant bronze as well for Teresa Keneblova of the Czech Republic. And that is confirmed. Well, 17-year-old Teresa Keneblova, the reigning junior C1 European champion, taking bronze. Victoria Us with a silver to add to her K1 bronze. But it's Anna Satila, who is the brilliant Brazilian, in gold for the 2nd World Cup event in a row. Well, we're waiting for full confirmation. Pau France certainly not fully convinced.
Yeah, it's quite hard to see from the video, but let's see what the judges decide. But I think it's confirmed. It's a 50 for Clara.
Well, and interestingly enough, without the penalty, she would be golden. Plus 49.39.
Yeah, that's
Ahead
too
of
bad.
Satila, but it's the Brazilian who is all
I know
smiles.
you've been riding a roller coaster, but you've won another gold medal.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I mean, today I really enjoyed paddling and finish this race and go back home with a gold medal means so much to me. And for sure, it's a big push to keep training so hard and focus on the games.
A great finish to the year for you, really, because you won the gold in Tucson, and you've come here. You've won. I mean, it's been such a long, hard year, hasn't it? And you finished well.
For sure. I mean, I had so much trouble to really be calm and to make my plans for this year. But I was really focused on race and really happy to be able to, like the International Federation, they really worked for these World Cups to happen. And I was really happy to race again after such a long time. And I was really enjoying it.
Congratulations, Anna.
Thank you so much.
Well, Satila hadn't won a World Cup gold before the Tassin meet last month. She's now got 2. C1 Pan American Games champion, topping the podium here in Pau. Victoria Us of Ukraine adding to her K1 bronze with a silver. But a fabulous story for the World 110. 17-year-old Teresa Keneblova, reigning junior C1 European champion, with her first bronze at a World Cup event. A disappointment for the home nation France and the paddlers from Spain. A short trip over the border to Pau. Knowledge and experience certainly helps, but in the end it's Satila with the gold medal. Victoria Us, as mentioned, with the silver. What a fabulous performance from teenager Teresa Keneblova. 6 of the 10 missing gates. It certainly gives food for thought ahead of the men's C1 final. So a dramatic women's C1 final. What will we get from the men's event as the MC1 final coming up? So here is the lineup. It's the Swiss Thomas Coquelin, who was the fastest in the semi-final, Michael Trave, Sebastian Rossi. But we've already seen you set a quick and clean time, and it can be a real challenge for the top of the field to try and squeeze their way onto the podium.
Yeah, the best time was 99. During the semi-final by Thomas Coquelin.
Well, who is your eye drawn to in this men's final in terms of who will be on the podium?
I think we need to be careful about Thomas Coquelin for sure. It is a home training. Big Trave. It's pretty good. Really talented paddler. And also Liam Giroux from Ireland. Pretty good. Still young.
Yeah, the Irishman, having grown up in County Clare, moving to France, just age 7. The first out is Luis Fernandez. And up his pose. Can he post himself? Strong time. This is 10th World Cup event. The 23-year-old's first final. As the clock ticks down, he gets his challenge underway. A bubbly start.
Yeah, this guy is capable to go really fast, and he's proving that on this first gate. He was super fast between 3 and 4. With a really good up on the left. So he's doing really great at this stage. First big difficulty, and it's pretty good. What he's doing is great.
Certainly looks very much in control of his movements and canoe. So far clean. He'll certainly want to keep it that way.
Yes, he's stuck a little bit, but still very good on 17. It's not easy gate. And the first big mistake.
Well, just as the penalty at gate 8 clocked up, just managed to avoid missing the gate, but lost time getting round.
Didn't surf enough the wave after 17, and the current pushed him. So it was a little bit low.
And that did look like it. Confirmed missed gate. And it really is a brutal second part of this course here in Pau.
It's too bad for him.
Well, certainly, Tony and Patrice Estanguet have created a fabulous course here that truly is a huge challenge for the competitors, and it's Fernandez who is frustrated after a strong start. We certainly had surprises in the semi-final. The top-ranked French duo, Martin Thomas, Denis Gargaud-Chandu, both failing to make this final. Space though for Zachary Locken the world number 50, heading out second in this final. We'll hope to keep his focus. He won gold at C1 in Lima at the Pan American Games, and looking to make an impression here in Pau.
And he's super fast at this stage, really dynamic.
Almost half a second quicker than Fernandez at this stage, as we see the first split time.
And he's still really dynamic, the first difficult part, with a really good spin. In the middle of 12, he kept a really good speed at the exit. Catch the wave, stay comfortable on his boat.
Well, he's increased his time by over 2 seconds. Now the main focus is to avoid any big mistakes. And
Also one touch on 17 is a bit low. On 18 it's at such difficulty.
well, the water is just looking venomous as they try and navigate the hugely important 17 and 18, and it is confirmed 17 missed, and there's really no way to know how the medals will be distributed, because right until the end we've absolutely no idea when a mistake may come. And it's a surprise looking Luis Fernandez, but he still is pushed off the current leaderboard. But I think it's fair to say Zachary Locken is not expected to hold on to that position for long. Moving and grooving to the fast beats, the production here, and Lucas Rohan will hope to have the same rhythm and poise that I've watched Bertrand as he dances. The silver at his home European Championships in Prague 2020. Beaten to goal by Benjamin Savcek of Slovenia. He was 10th in the Tassen C1 final. That now his 8th final here in Pau in C1 World Cup. Yet to find a spot on the podium.
Yes, he's pretty fast at this moment, but he just touched gate number 8.
You can see him try and swivel his head round, but couldn't avoid the penalty. And a good start, as we saw green on the split time, very quickly wiped out.
But it's a good gates, 11 and 12.
Really flying through 13. We know where the big problems are coming as he heads towards the menacing 17 and 18.
Yes, he lost a bit of speed, but he's pretty good at 17.
Well, good news for Zachary Locken. A review of his penalty, and it's not a missed gate, so he is back in first. That is why Lukas Rohan's time is just down.
Oh, he just missed gate 21.
And he spun out.
And
it's just
roll as well. Oh, this last part of the course is very terrible, very challenging for the kayakers today.
Well, unforgiving would be a word that I'm sure Lukas Rohan would use. And you can see finishing off, but no real drive as he sees his dreams go up in smoke. Well, good news for Locken. disaster for Rohan. And the American looking absolutely delighted to find out that his missed gate penalty was rescinded. And just 2 penalty points on his official time, 109.17 seconds. So it's a lock-in leading. Fernandez and Rohan with disappointment as we see Anna Satila, she already with her golden moment in the C1. Now the men taking on the challenge here in Pau. And with little idea of who will be on the podium. Ranking experience counts for nothing when the Pau waters take control. The 3 paddlers down, 7 to go, and it's Senegal's Yves Burry takes to the water, 22 years of age, trains and lives in Rennes. His brother Jean-Pierre was the first to represent Senegal at C1, but Yves looking to be the first of the brothers to fight for a World Cup medal. So looking for Burry bragging rights. Certainly already managed that with a first ever World Cup final, although slightly down on American Lokin's time.
A bit behind the first part, but nothing is played. Yes, it's not a perfect line, but still okay. We have no penalty.
Really working those hips, slightly out of the time of Lokin. Certainly a 22-year-old wouldn't have imagined that he'd have a chance at a medal, but
yes,
having seen the course.
Good up on the left. Oh, it just touched the gate number 18. So it's going to be hard to catch the first time the American. The last difficulty, and I think it's okay. It was really tight.
Well, as he comes to the finish, he's managed to take the top ranking. Well, he knows it'll be tough to hold on to a medal, but the point is, as we saw with Satila, it's putting yourself in the best position possible, and he couldn't have done better, waiting for full confirmation, but he really picked up a lot of time at the end to finish 2.67 seconds faster than our leader Lokin. It's Yves Burry who takes the lead.
Yeah, he's still leading, but it's not the best time we can have here today, because the best time was 99 during the semi-final.
Yeah, 5 qualifying quicker than the time set by Yves Burry, but as we've seen, missed gates have been a regularity as Liam Jégu takes to the water, relocated to Pau in 2017, and the Irishman hoping to emulate Irish heroes of the past after qualifying for Tokyo 2021, coached by Nico Peschier, represented France in Athens in 2004, and really the rising star of Irish canoeing.
Yes, and this guy can go really fast, and we can see that on the first stage, 1.6 seconds. There's a beautiful up, number 8, and he stopped.
Well, looking a bit frustrated there, hoping for some luck of the Irish. Hugely optimistic for the future of Irish canoeing, with plans for a whitewater kayak course in Dublin on the way. His dream is to race in Ireland. The moment is adopted home of France. He's in an excellent position, but now breezing through the challenging 17 and 18 as he looks for an Irish medal here in Pau.
And it's a good run at this moment. You have no penalty. Let's see the last difficulty, and it's pretty good. It's going to be hard to catch the best time of the semi-final 99, but I think it's going to be a really good run.
Oh, terrific.
That's a good run.
Well, look at that response. I think it's happy. I think it's safe to say, delighted with that performance. He couldn't quite go sub 100, but 100.35 seconds without a penalty. An absolute blistering run from the Irishman Liam Jégu, and puts himself in a really strong position for a World Cup medal. Well, he won a world bronze at under-23 C1 in Krakow in 2019, helped by the sponsorship of former Irish canoeist Mike Cochran. His two twin daughters have been in action in Pau over this weekend. Cochran himself a penalty away from a bronze medal in Atlanta 92. Will Liam Jégu manage to finish on the podium as he looks ahead to a big year in 2021 with his place at the Olympics secured, having a bit of trouble getting out of his boat, but he certainly had no problems on this challenging Pau whitewater course. A white knuckle ride, the white water. The Irishman put himself in a superb position at the halfway stage, plus 8.15 seconds faster than Yves Bury, but still 5 paddlers to come who will have their eyes set on the podium, certainly in particular Cochran, the Swiss paddler who went sub 100.
Well, not
it can
surprisingly,
be a big
he's
challenge.
out
Let's
of
hear
breath.
from the Irishman, currently
what a great run.
number
You
1.
must be stoked.
Yeah, it was really good. I was very happy. I'm happy with the way I've been paddling this year. Qualifications went great. A bit tense in semi-finals, and I'm very, very happy to have been able to free myself in the final run.
I think this is your first World Cup final.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What would it mean for you to win a medal?
Yeah, no, it'd be unbelievable. Yeah, I've been training hard. It's my home course as well, so I'm absolutely thrilled. It's second race maybe of the season, so
Yeah.
delighted. It's going to really boost me for this winter's training.
Well, it's a really fast time. Fingers crossed, Liam. We've got 5 athletes
Thank
to go.
you.
Good
Cheers.
luck.
Thanks, Ian.
Well, the winter shutdown will begin after this World Cup event. Obviously, COVID hit season, but ending on a high, even if the disappointment that canoe fans couldn't be here in Pau, but at least competitive canoeing back on the water as Vaclav Chalupka gets ready, the under-23 world champion in 2018. Took a bronze medal at the European Championships early this year, sharing the podium with Benjamin Savchek, and Chalupka's compatriot taking silver, Tomasz Rowan. We saw Rowan struggle currently, the worst time with 2 missed gates, so Czech hopes resting on Chalupka, and also Heger still to appear so far. How is he doing against Jégu's time?
Bit of time on this first part, plus 1 second behind. Still have good control on his boat. Let's see this hard spin, and he's doing great in the middle of 12. His exit was really good with a good speed. So we will see on the next gate the next hard gate. That's 2 seconds behind right now. But what he's doing on this second part is pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to beat. Yeah.
Well, he's got to pick up quite a bit of time in this second section, and the challenging nature of it means risk-taking could be punishing, but he's going for it. Very close, but not quite close enough. 0.73 slower to sit in second, and relief for Jégu of Ireland as he remains in top spot.
Paddlers left for this final here in Pau.
Wojtek Egger, 20-year-old, next up. Can he usurp quickest time from the Irishman? A long wait, but finally underway. Under 20 C1 European champion. This is 5th senior. 5th of the senior European finals. Now looking for some World Cup joy.
Good start for him. We'll see, just a little bit behind. But nothing, it's played. The hard parts are coming. It's the first difficult. And it's okay. It's not the fastest line, but still okay. We will see on the second speed time.
The world 38, 2.6 seconds slower. The Irishman ranked 38th in the world. Egger 33rd.
He just did a big mistake between 17 and 18. The current did push him, so he was too low on 18, and I think it's going to be too hard to catch the first time. With also a penalty on 23 and 25 now.
Wojtek Egger trying to finish strongly, but those 4 penalty points pushing him down. Even without those penalties, not quick enough. It wouldn't have been enough to overcome our leader, Liam Jégu, who with every passing paddler starts to dream of a first World Cup medal. A tough time for the Czech out on the water here in Pau. Compatriot Chalupka still in with a chance of a medal. we get to the business end as Sebastian Rossi gets underway.
Yes, Sebastian Rossi is training here in Pau as well.
World 53, this is first World Cup final. Looking to try and make something happen. Certainly this run will confirm.
Just a bit of time between 3 and 4. I think will be a bit behind.
We'll start to get to know the distribution of the medals after this run. Just Rossi and 2 more to come. Some nervous waits for those currently on the podium. So far clean from the 28-year-old Argentinian.
It's a beautiful line on 11, 10 and 12. So maybe he will catch up a little bit of time. I'm not sure. Plus 2.8 seconds behind.
Good news for Jegu. Rossi fails to be quicker. He would be confirmed a bronze medal. His first ever World Cup final. Sebastian Rossi trying to make the most of his opportunity in these COVID hit times in his first final, but bashing through 21.
Yeah, it's too bad. You have a plus 2 seconds of penalty. It's going to be too hard to beat the Irishman.
Well, Liam Jegu confirmed at least a bronze. Rossi's given himself an outside chance of a medal. Currently third, but with Miguel Trabe, Thomas Coughlin still to come. It's going to be hard, but Jegu confirmed a medal for Ireland. Miguel Trabe making his attempt for a medal. World number 22, the world junior champion from 2018, and also made history the same year at the European Championships. The first male paddler in history to win both the K1 and C1 events at the same international level. But he has focused his mind on the C1, having not performed in K1. And he is gunning for the time of Jegu.
Yeah, he's pretty good at this stage. Half and second in advance. He's a really talented guy. He can go super fast, but today is a really challenging course. Everything is possible, but at this stage he's doing great. He's a really good line on 11 and 12.
Yeah, we've seen paddlers before have very strong first halves. Really, it's about how they finish on this course, and he's lost a bit of time. As we said, Jegu is guaranteed a medal, but it's what color it will be.
Oh, just a big mistake on the exit on 17. He just exit too short. And he missed gate 18, but he did come back, so he don't have a penalty, but he lost a lot of time there. It's going to be hard.
Well, it just shows concentration is key, but the waters here are so hard to tame.
Tried to push him, and he did. A second mistake plus 2 seconds.
Well, the 2-point penalty, 2-second penalty pushes him into third. It wouldn't have been enough, though, even without that, to usurp Jegu. And Ireland now, with their man from County Clare, sitting at least with a silver. Chalupka of the Czech Republic guaranteed at least a bronze. And Trave frustrated to be sitting in third after such a promising start to his run.
One left.
Well, it's fascinating because the last to go is the only paddler so far between any of the paddlers to go sub 100, and that is what is going to be close to necessary in order to deny Jegu a maiden gold medal in his first World Cup final. Miguel Trave will have to wait to see if he can at least take a bronze away from Pau. But here goes Toma Koslin, and he's certainly looking ready for business. The quickest so far after a stunning semi-final, but the pressure very much on the 29-year-old. Thumbs up. I hope he won't be shooting himself his chances.
It's a really good start. Just a little bit behind, but it's meaning nothing at this stage. It's his playground here in Pau. He's training here since a lot of time.
We've certainly seen, particularly from others who are Pau experts, it doesn't mean a thing against these risky waters.
Yeah, the line on 11 and 12 was perfect. I think we will be just a little bit behind, but Liam was pretty good on this part.
Liam Jegu waiting to see, and that could be a monumental moment.
Take a little bit on this way, just a bit of time. He need to push hard.
Well, now it's going to have to be risk time, but the rock eating into the time he needs to make up. Waiting for the split time. The final two gates.
Not gonna be enough, but
Well, he's digging himself out and through, but it is gold for Ireland! A monumental moment for Irish canoeing, as it's just a bronze for Toma Koslin of Switzerland. The frustration etched on his face, but it's pure joy for Ireland. Liam Jegu relocated to Pau in 2017 and a rising star of Irish canoeing. And what a stunning way to enjoy a first ever World Cup final. Koslin managing to get a bronze, but you saw from his expression he knew he was good enough for gold. Instead, 1.61 seconds down, and a superb silver medal for Václav Chalupka of the Czech Republic, and it is Irish gold for Liam Jegu. Let's hear from Liam Jegu
from
our
Ireland. You
gold
made a bit of
medalist in
history
C1
today,
men's.
Liam. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm lost for words. I pushed myself really hard all summer to, to prepare for it. We didn't even know if we were going to be able to race or what was going to happen. So I just spent the summer training, trying to improve every single day, and I'm just over the moon to have been able to put down a big run and at a big event with the seniors as well. I've had some good results as a junior, but never with the big boys. So very happy.
You have to go back to 1993, I believe, the last time Ireland won a medal.
Yeah.
Never won a gold, and you've just done it.
I don't think in C1 we've never won a medal, a gold medal. Owen won gold in SEO, I think, in 2004, and Mike Corcoran was the last C1 in '93 in SEO as well. So it's been a while now, and so I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
Congratulations, Liam. Well
Thanks
done.
very much. Thank you.
Well, as you heard there, a historic moment for Irish canoeing. A first World Cup final and a first gold for Liam Jégu. We'll be hoping to take this form into the Olympics next year. Czech Republic with silver with Chalupka. Frustrated Toma Coughlin of Switzerland with the bronze. It's the irrepressible Irishman Jégu who tops the podium. Well, a stunning finish to the weekend here in Pau as we see the final classification. Liam Jégu, a historic moment for Ireland, taking gold ahead of Václav Chalupka of the Czech Republic, and it's the clean runs that brought medals. Switzerland's Toma Coughlin, a little frustrated after being the fastest in the semi-finals. Well, it's been great to have kayaking and canoeing back on the waters. And that's the end of the COVID hit season. Thanks for joining us. The winter shutdown will give the paddlers a chance to focus ahead of a huge 2021. We hope some level of normality returns. But from me and Pau France, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again, hopefully next year.